right, Dom.
Coach, just your thoughts, Buckeyes and Notre Dame.
Well, it's two legendary programs, two programs I'm really familiar with and great respect for, the Fighting Irish. And a great bowl game, one that I personally have been there. I know Ohio State has a great tradition there as well, so very excited to do our best to play well.
Tim.
Yeah, Urban, any disappointment, not the Rose, or at this point, does it really, when you get to a game like this, does it?
I've just never been to the Rose,
Yeah.
and but no, there's no disappointment. You start talking about that level of football, that level of bowl game, and then the level of opponent you're going to play. You just got to get locked on, laser lights on your opponent, get going.
And one other thing, last night, did you find yourself cheering for different teams, and did you
Watch.
think? Yeah.
I was up and walking around and watching a couple games here and there.
Yeah.
Hard to watch.
Bill.
You talk all the time about wanting to compete for championships in November. Obviously, it didn't happen this year. Can you kind of sum up what this year has been so far and how important a win in this bowl game would be to making this a successful season?
Oh, well, I look back at the bigger picture of what this group of players. Someone told me if we win one more game, it's the record for 50 wins by a senior class, and that's takes your breath away a little bit. So that's the biggest thing that. As we prepare for this final journey together, I mean, these kids have done a lot, players have done a lot, and I just love hanging out with them and get one more swing.
One question about Chris Ash, who's apparently going to get the job at Rutgers. How big a loss is that? What do you think of him going there?
I don't think it's official yet, so I don't want to disrespect anybody. I love Chris Ash. He was an impact hire when we brought him in here. He's done a marvelous job. Being a co-coordinator of the defense, and one of the best coaches I've ever been around.
Will he coach the bowl game though if
Yes.
if in fact?
Middle there, Steve.
Yeah, Coach Kelly, I mean, he's done some good things to bring Notre Dame back, and you were there, part of that culture, just from afar. What have you seen with what he's done there the last 5 years to kind of get them back into the forefront of college football, I guess?
I think he's done what you just said. He's made Notre Dame where Notre Dame belongs, and that's one of the top 5 programs in the country. And, he's done it with hard work. They have excellent personnel, and he's really stabilized a great university, great football program.
Far left, Matt.
When you look at this, obviously you wanted to be in the playoff, but on the other hand, you only lost one game. You're playing Notre Dame in the Fiesta Bowl, which a lot of people like to. How do you look at this? How do you want your players to look at this?
Well, I think a good indication was how did they play in our rivalry game. And that was they played their tails off. That's obviously this is an exceptional group that came up one few seconds short in a game against a very good team, obviously, and finish what you start. Let's find a way to go win when you're 11-1. Find a way to our 12th win. And like I said, that could be a record for that senior class. I want to make sure that is a record, but that's what I've heard. You win 50 games for 4 years. That's pretty outstanding.
Back row, Jared.
Yeah, or just a thought on the process of picking these 4 teams for the playoff. Are you, having gone through it now for 2 cycles, are you comfortable with the way it's done? Obviously, it benefited you all last year with the victory you had on the last day, versus this year where you didn't get that bump despite a record comparable with the other teams that did get in. I just wonder how you feel about the process, and are you still comfortable with it?
Yeah, I think they do an excellent job. I did hear, I can't remember, like Joey Galloway or one of those guys saying that, I think it should be everybody should play a championship game. Every conference should have a championship game. But once again, I don't know enough about the ins and outs. But I was just listening, like most of us, listening to some of the people that have really researched it, and I thought that was intriguing.
Front row left, Doug.
I should know this. Have you played Notre Dame as a coach before?
I have not.
We know sort of what Ohio State meant to you as growing up and that kind of thing. Just having been at Notre Dame, you've talked about Coach Holtz so much. Can you just maybe go over again sort of what Notre Dame's meant to you in your football career?
Oh, yeah, that was there were 2 places that were a place that was near and dear to my heart my entire life, and that was Ohio State and Notre Dame. And I spent 5 years there. My son was born there, baptized there, and we loved it. So very near and dear to our heart, and a lot of respect for that great place.
And you said it was hard to watch the game yesterday. Just like, what is it? Is you're thinking that should be us? What is it that made it difficult to be not involved in the game yesterday?
I can't. It's hard for me to enjoy football when I start getting notebooks out, start thinking about this. At some point, you got to enjoy a moment with your family, and it's just you second guess and overanalyze everything, and so it's a little difficult.
Are you, for you or your team, do you think is regret still there that you're not in the playoff, or are you on to what's ahead now?
I think that's gone. I think that found its way out the week of the rivalry week, and then the way they played that week, I'm pretty sure it's gone. Now it's just let's go play our tails off one more time. And, we're a great football team, and let's finish this thing the right way.
Back row left, Eric.
Coach, where is Coach Warner going to be coaching the bowl game? Is he going to be in the box or on the field?
That's probably going to be in the box. I haven't addressed that yet, but he did a really nice job last time.
Is there any sort of, where I know you have a veteran offensive line, but as far as like him just not being down on the field, obviously it worked against Michigan, but it's a different thing on the bowl game.
We haven't had that obviously around recruiting, so we all get back with that conversation.
Tim?
Yeah, Urban, real quick, last time we'll see you before the Heisman race goes down. Probably last time we'll see you, I think. But one last push for Ezekiel Elliott. What do you think makes him merit consideration for this award this year? When you saw the guys that played.
Yeah, there's no question he should be in New York. I did see some of the other guys play. I saw some of the statistics on some of the guys play, and there's a very nice range of players are going to go. So I think I think the Heisman should invite more. They used to invite 4 or 5 guys, and then I think a couple years they invited 2. So the years I went, I want to say there was 4 or 5, even 6 guys that went. So I think he should go, and he certainly was a great player and a great team.
And what you knew about him the week of the Michigan State game, was it remarkable that he played in that game based on how sick he was earlier in the week? I mean, was that him summoning some strength? I mean,
Michigan State?
Yeah, the Michigan State game. Remember,
he wasn't sick. He had
he had the infection.
Yeah, for 2 days it was pretty nip and tuck, but he was fine after that.
Yeah.
But he's that late in the year, it's not bad to get a little rest too.
And another thing, Joey didn't have 15.5 sacks like Carl Nassib, but he is a finalist for the Lombardi again and stuff. He took on some different roles this year, as you said, kind of played unselfishly and stuff. What do you think makes him merit possibly winning that award or serious interest in that award?
Once again, I don't want to pin him against other guys that I don't see play, but I've been around some excellent defensive players. He's the best defensive player I've ever been around. But, he was extremely unselfish. He played great against the run. His leadership ratcheted up everybody else. And, once again, I don't know who the other people are involved, but if I had a vote, it's him.
Do you remember looking at Deshaun Kaiser in high school, the Notre Dame quarterback? What jumped out at you about him?
Big arm, big dude, big guy, excellent player.
Bill?
What are the chances of you losing another coach, or do you think that you're going to be able to keep the rest of the staff intact?
Well, there's still a lot of stuff going on.
And final question, Steve?
Yeah, Coach, Cardale came out right after the last home game and said that it was his last time playing there. Has that come up in conversation at all in 2 weeks? And is it possible he would stay? Is it possible he'd transfer NFL? Is it any of it been discussed, I guess?
Yeah, we did visit. I'll keep that between myself and Cardell, and most important thing is him finish academically and take care of his business, and then make all final decisions after the bowl game.
Great. Coach, thank
Thanks
you very
very
much.
much.